Hello my fellow freedom builders and welcome back to the channel. Now I know it is summer holiday time many places, but I think you should have a quick and dirty little update here on our two major algorithm strategies. We have the ETF strategies that we are sending out on this free newsletter once per month, rebalancing into new ETFs every single month. And this is also the strategy that we were running in the beginning on eToro. We shifted it towards a stock strategy, but I'll tell you a bit about that later. Now, this free newsletter, you can sign up to that in the link below the video here. But as you can see, I know it might be a bit small, but it has been doing about 18% per year or over the last, 13, 14 years. And with some very low drawdowns and a Sharpe ratio about 1.5. This is quite high. If we start out here, we can see, let's just watch this. This is this year. And the blue line here is our ETF strategy. And as you can see, it has not been performing perfectly this year. One of the reasons is that it is hedging in some interest, some bond ETFs and some oil ETFs, and they went a bit against us in the beginning of the year. If we are looking at the annual result here, you can see that this strategy is only up 3.2% this year towards a benchmark here at 16.7. Now, this strategy should not really be compared to the S&P 500. That's actually a bit of a mistake because it is not really the same risk profile as the S&P 500. But as you can see, if you are trying to beat the market, beat the S&P 500, this might not be the strategy you would be going for. However, just looking at a half a year here in 2021 would be a bit misguided. If you're looking at the quarterly results, we can see here that we have the Q1, Q2 and Q3. Actually Q2 and now Q3, just we are only 6 days into Q3 here. They have actually been performing very nicely. However, the Q1 was the one that destroyed the performance a bit, but it doesn't matter too much. I have shown in earlier videos, I have shown the last many years of backtest here, but I think you should see some of the live trading as well. If we're looking at the monthly returns, let me just make this a bit larger here. You can see that we have from January here, these were the first 2 months with some drawdowns, and then it has actually been performing quite well. And as of right now, it seems like the bond ETFs are going up, meaning the interest rate is dropping. So that might help this strategy, since a lot of the ETFs that we are in here are actually bond ETFs. So that was a quick one on the ETF strategy. I know this says eToro, but that was what we called it in the beginning, and we are trying to set up another account so you can also copy this strategy if you want something with some low volatility. Now let's look at the stock strategy, and this is actually the strategy that we are building our new Danish fund upon. We are setting up a fund here, and if we're looking at this, again, our strategy is the blue line here. And I know many people, many investors have been getting a bit of feeling that this year 2021 has been a bit tough to invest in. However, this strategy has actually outperformed the S&P 500. You can see here the gray line is S&P 500. Now these numbers are annualized, so you should of course not, this is not the 45% we have been getting here the first half year, but this would be, if we continue the same performance over the entire year, we would have been getting 45%. Now you can see here Sharpe ratio this year of 1.83 and quite a lot higher volatility than the ETF strategy. And this is, of course, what you should also be looking at when you invest. Can you stomach the volatility that is in this strategy? As you can see here, we've had since the 1st of January, we have had 1, 2, 3, almost 4 times with a drawdown of more than 6%, but every time it has been pulling straight up again. If we're looking at the quarterly returns here, you can see that Q1 was absolutely fantastic, 14.6%. Now Q2 was somewhat lower, 4.8%, but still very satisfying. And up until now here in Q3 we are 1.2% up, and this is as of Friday, so there could easily be some change here. We have Tuesday now, and it was closed yesterday due to Independence Day, so there could easily be some changes as of the close today. Now, when we're looking at the monthly returns here, we can see, and this is actually not the normal, we usually have a minus month once in a while, but up until now this year we have had all green month. We actually had the February that was 10.9%, which is quite amazing. Let's just keep up this speed the rest of the year. That could be quite interesting. I should also say that even though we are running our upcoming fund on this, on the core of this strategy, we are actually making it even better. Not with the core algorithm itself, but we are adding covered calls to this strategy. And the reason for that is that we, a lot of months can pull off an even better return than this. There might be some high-flying month like this, where we might get a bit of a reduction. I know I haven't made the videos about covered calls yet, but they will be coming up soon. And when you are writing a covered call, it means that you own the stock and you actually think it will go up, or at least in our variation of the strategy, we think it will go up. But we write a covered call, meaning that if a stock goes up a certain amount of percent, we might be forced to sell the stock at a bit lower price. That means that we might actually be forced to get out of some of our most profitable trades. But the premium that we are getting by selling these covered calls are actually making months like these, 2.9, 0.41, 2.1, 1.7, 1.2 and so on, might speed them up by somewhere between 0.4% and up towards 1% extra all of these months. So what we are doing actually in our basic fund strategy is that we have this high momentum stock-based strategy that also have a circuit break with a risk-off strategy if things start to go wrong. But as long as we are risk-on and we own the stocks, we actually have a volatility minimizer, meaning that the max drawdown will be significantly less than the one we normally run with the strategy. But I know it's a bit complicated, and I'm trying to tell it in simple terms, but I'll tell a lot more about it when we actually get the fund up and running, hopefully in this autumn. So that's all for now. I'll not tire you anymore with these stats. Just giving you a quick update here from the first 6 months running both the ETF strategy and the stock strategy. As I said, well, this stock strategy is not many of you have asked, is that the same as you run on eToro right now? And no, it is not. This strategy is a bit too complicated to be able to run on eToro, since they don't have all the instruments that we need to get this up and running. So we are running a very simple variation of this. It is still producing some nice results, but this is mainly for our fund when we start to run that shortly. All right, that's all for now. Feel free to click the link below if you want that ETF strategy, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care of yourself and your money out there. Bye for now.